covering national, state, politics, business, global sport, and entertainment news. Let's start with the headlines. President Tinubu tax governors on grassroots development, no PLA to tackle local government areas. Labour pushes for minimum wage increase in 2025. Super Falcons prospect Imade crowned Liga F for December. Many thanks for joining us on News Express this evening. My name is Oladoyin Ayegbusi. We begin the news. Following the local government autonomy controversy, the Nigerian Governors Forum, NGF, led by Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, paid President Bola Tinubu a New Year homage at his residence in Ikoyi, Lagos State yesterday, where he assured the President of the support of the governors.
Chairman with his strong delegation. So we're working together. It is one Nigeria, sir. We have a target. We all have the same target. Progress, prosperity, sir. So we'll continue to work in that direction and to make sure we support you, we support each other. We're going out with our peer reviews in many cases and making sure that we deliver in our various states.
In response, the Nigerian president tasked the governors of the 36 states with leading development at the grassroots, saying the financial autonomy granted to local government is not an attempt to seize the third tier of government from the governors.
You have the control of your local governments. Do what you expected of grassroots effectiveness and restoration of their hope is in your hand. There's nothing, no one is among us on all these tiers of government. There was some gossip that maybe we had a disagreement or quarrel and everything when it was local government's autonomy. No. Just drive the development down there to the local government authorities. Nobody wants to take the control away from you.
The president said the leadership of governors at the subnational levels is central to achieving food security, economic prosperity, and rapid national growth. He stressed the importance for grassroots development and dispelled rumors of disagreement with the governors. Tinubu called for stronger collaboration between the federal and state government to address pressing challenges, including local government autonomy, agricultural productivity, and currency stability. He urged governors to prioritize agricultural growth as a pathway to economic stability. Ahead to the 2027 elections, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, says there is no merger deal yet with the People's Democratic Party, the New Nigeria's People's Party, or any other party. The former Anambra State Governor stated this today when he held a press conference in Abuja on the state of the nation. He added that no agreement has been established with other parties yet. He rallied all of us of Nigeria in the political space to come together in 2027 and defeat the All Progressives Congress, which he accused of mismanaging the country's resources. Also, he described the security situation in the country as unfortunate, saying Nigerians die needlessly due to banditry, terrorism, and kidnapping for ransom. He said the level of corruption in Nigeria remained high, and so is the cost of governance, which has led to an astronomical increase in public debt under the current administration of President Bola Tinubu of the APC. The organized labor says it is pushing for an annual increase to the 70,000 naira minimum wage paid to workers in Nigeria, saying it is important that the minimum wage paid to workers reflect a rise in inflation every year. In a televised interview, the Trade Union Congress President Festus Osifo said TUC and NLC have begun talks about the increase in minimum wage, insisting that government should not wait for 5 years to increase the minimum wage, rather look at the inflation of the last 5 years and try to make some adjustment.
From Labour is that instead of you to wait for 5 years to increase minimum wage, you will now look at the inflation of the last 5 years and try to do some adjustment. Why can't we be reflecting the inflation on an annual basis, for example? So we have entered January 2025. So by 15th of January 2025, the National Bureau of Statistics is going to release the inflation figure for December. So what we are pushing for as Labour is that if, for example, the inflation figure is 35%, apply that 35% on the 70,000 naira minimum wage, so that it will become reflective of what the true value is. Then when we get to 2026, you will also do similar application. So that is actually where what we are pushing. We shouldn't be waiting for 5 years, but in the new act now, 3 years for us to do those adjustments. We could be doing them systemically by applying the inflation as at December the preceding year to what the minimum wage is.
Recall in July 2024, after a month of protracted talks, the federal government and the labor unions reached a consensus figure of 70,000 naira minimum wage, which was later approved by President Bola Tinubu. The increase came 5 years after the last review pegged at 30,000 naira, but the astronomical rise in cost of living attributed to a more than quadruple hike in energy cost and petrol subsidy removal. Labor unions have argued that 70,000 naira cannot take any worker home and thus demanded a decent living wage. Northern groups, the Arewa Youth Coalition for Peace and Political Development and the Northern Elders Progressive Group, have demanded an apology from the Niger Republic's military head, General Abdurrahman Tichani, over allegations that Nigeria is colluding with France to destabilize the country. The groups described the allegations as baseless and capable of overheating the polity in Nigeria and Niger Republic, which have a long history of friendship and cooperation. They also expressed their total support and endorsement of President Bola Tinubu, who has been working to promote peace and stability in the region. Report says the Niger Republic's military head, General Abdurrahman Tichani, had alleged in a Christmas Day interview that Nigeria was providing a base for French soldiers near Lake Chad and had established training camps for terrorists in Sokoto, Kebbi, and Zamfara State. The groups called on the President of the Niger Republic to tender an immediate apology to Nigeria and stop creating tensions between two countries. In Imo State, the Nigerian police force has confirmed that a yet-to-be-identified Catholic priest has shot a boy dead after the deceased set off knockouts within the church premises. The spokesperson for the State Police Command, Henry Okoye, made the confirmation in an interview with newsmen today. However, Okoye did not reveal the name and parish of the priest and the name of the deceased. According to him, the police have commenced investigation into the incident. In Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara thanked the In Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara thanked Victor Okojumbo-led State Assembly for doing a good job after he had signed 1.1 trillion 2025 budget into law today. The governor made the assertion while signing the 2025 appropriation bill amounting to 1.1 trillion naira into law a week after submitting it to the Okojumbo-led Assembly. Fubara declared that Martin Zamawile and 26 other members who defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress APC ceased to be recognized as legislators despite their recent effort at renouncing their actions. The governor also insisted that the only House of Assembly existing in the state was the one led by Victor Okojumbo. The Amewele Group are loyal to former Rivers State Governor and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, who has been at loggerheads with Fubara. However, the governor emphasized that despite granting them ample time to reconsider their stance, the decision to disqualify them is final and irreversible. He said no governor in Nigeria has endured the level of disrespect he had endured, adding that his focus remains on steering Rivers State towards greater accomplishment. State Executive Council of the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPS, along with its Advisory Council of Elders, Ward Chairman, and critical stakeholders, have issued a strong position statement affirming their commitment to the leadership of Pastor Durojaye Samson Ojo. In a communique jointly signed by Pastor Durojaye Samson Ojo, State Chairman, Evangelist Mrs. Grace Akintoye, Chairman, Advisory Council of Elders, and Oyejide Tunde, State Secretary, and released after an emergency meeting held on Saturday, December 28, 2024. The NABS Ekiti leadership reasserted their support for Pastor Durojaye Samson Ojo, who has been serving as state chairman since his election in June 3, 2023. The communique emphasized that all 24 wards chairmen in Ekiti State continue to back his administration and affirmed that the leadership is committed to upholding the 2017 NAPS National Constitution, the foundation of his election. Evangelist Mrs. Grace Akintayo, Chairman of the Advisory Council of Elders, and Dr. Olujide Ajayi Peter, member of NAPS National Council, also reiterated their strong support for Pastor Durojaye Samson Ojo's leadership. They emphasized the importance of unity within the Ekiti NAPS family and the need to respect the popular mandate that led Ojo's administration. In neighboring Ondo State, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has reiterated that his administration would operate an inclusive, transparent, and accountability system that will prioritize the overall welfare and best interests of the people of the state. Aiyedatiwa also said his administration would be driven by utmost dedication, selflessness, and love in the running of the state. He stated this during the 2025 first working day prayer meeting held at the governor's office in Akure, the state capital, today, where he thanked God for the success recorded in the past year, noting that 2024 was filled with challenges, but God saw the state through. The governor urged public servants and political office holders to remain loyal and committed to the vision of a vibrant Ondo State. You're still listening to News Express on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Ido Ekiti. Still to come, business, foreign, entertainment, and sports news. Please stay with us.
Hello, good people of Ekiti State and its environment. For your private, political, family, or club meetings, and so on, of not more than 50 to 100 participants, we introduce to you Adamimogo Event Hall. Yes, right at Oladoyin Palace, Adamimogo 107.7 FM's compound, Ido Ekiti. Ample parking space, good security, clean environment. You also have the opportunity to book for a media publicity of your events on our fast-growing social media platforms. All these for a talking. Simply visit us at Oladoyin Palace, Ido Ekiti, or call the following numbers for more inquiries: 0803-526-5812 or 0916-340-0878 or 0806-511-4430. You can also call 0806-380-8891. Adamimogo Event Hall. We are waiting for your patronage.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us again. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook via Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ido Ekiti. For happenings around your news inquiries, please contact our newsroom on 0811-801-8242. Now to the rest of the news. On business news this evening, the federal government has commenced the implementation of the 2024 withholding tax regulations, signaling effort to modernize Nigeria's tax system. Approved by President Bola Tinubu in July 2024 and published in the official Gazette in October, the revised regulations became effective on January 1st, 2025. Formally titled Deduction of Tax at Source Withholding Regulations 2024, the updated regulation is designed to streamline compliance processes, reduce inefficiencies, and ease administrative burdens for businesses. These changes are particularly aimed at small and medium enterprises, manufacturers, producers, and farmers, sectors considered vital to Nigeria's economic stability and growth. And on the foreign scene this evening, China has sanctioned 10 U.S. defense firms today over arms sales to Taiwan, its second round of measures against American companies over the issue in less than a week. The country's Ministry of Commerce announced today that the subsidiaries of Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, and Raytheon that had participated in selling arms to Taiwan were added to China's unreliable entities list. The ministry also stated that they will be prohibited from import and export activities or make new investment in China, while their senior managers will be banned from entering the country. China claims Taiwan as part of its territory and has said it will not renounce the use of force to bring it under its control. On entertainment news, Nigerian singer Wizkid has hit another milestone in both leads and features as the first African artist to surpass 8 billion streams on Spotify. His collaborative hit with Canadian superstar Drake, One Dance, is his most streamed song on the platform with over 2 billion streams. Also, One Dance holds the Guinness World Record for the first single hit 1 billion stream on Spotify. Wizkid's most streamed album on the platform is the deluxe edition of his fourth studio album made in Lagos with about 1 billion streams. Meanwhile, Burna Boy has hit 7.2 billion streams on Spotify, making him the second most streamed African artist on the platform. He is the most followed Afrobeat artist on the platform as well. And finally, on sports this evening, Granada forward Edna Imade has been voted Liga F Player of the Month for December. The Nigerian beat Amoria Rio and Jones Amerzaga Athletics Club signing Brun, Real Madrid CF of FC Barcelona, and Andre Alvarez as the Elba to the award. The 24-year-old is the fourth recipient of the award. Imade ranked up 3 goals and 1 assist for Granada in the month of December. She has netted 8 times for the club this season. Super Falcons captain Rashidat Ajibade claimed the inaugural award in September, while Alexia Puletas and Petri Guajaru won the award in October and November, respectively. And with that sports story, we end this edition of the News Express on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. We do it before we go. The highlight again. We told you that following the local government autonomy controversy, the Nigerian Governors Forum, NGF, led by Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, paid President Bola Tinubu a New Year homage at his residence in Ikoyi, Lagos yesterday, where they assured the President of the support of the governors. We also brought it to you that the organized labor says it is pushing for an annual increase to the 70,000 naira minimum wage paid to workers in Nigeria, saying it is important that the minimum wage paid to workers reflect a rise in inflation every year. Finally, we brought it to you that Granada forward Edna Imade has been voted Liga F Player of the Month for December. And that's News Express this evening on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Oladoyin Palace, Ido-Ekiti, on behalf of the production crew led by Kensley Iniovosa. My name is Oladoyin.